Before the legions, before the emperors, there were 7 hills and a dream. Along the banks of the Tiber River, in the heart of central Italy, a small settlement took root around 753 BC. According to legend, it was founded by Romulus, who killed his twin brother Remus in a dispute over where to build their city. These were not conquerors yet. They were shepherds, farmers, and wanderers. A people shaped by the rugged Italian landscape, by the Etruscan civilization to their north, and by the Greek colonies to their south. They absorbed, adapted, and improved. And from that humble beginning, on 7 muddy hills, they would build the most powerful empire the world had ever seen. In 509 BC, the Romans cast out their kings and built something radical, a republic. Power would no longer belong to one man. It would belong to the Senate, to elected consuls, to the idea that law, not blood, should govern men. But the republic was born unequal. The patricians, Rome's noble class, held all the power. The plebeians, the common people, held almost none. For 2 centuries, these 2 classes clashed in what historians call the conflict of the orders. The plebeians fought for representation, for rights, for dignity, and slowly they won. By 287 BC, the 12 Tables, Rome's first written legal code, had been established, and the plebeians had secured real political power. It was imperfect, contested, but revolutionary. Then came the legions. Rome did not merely defend itself, it devoured. But no conquest tested Rome more than the Punic Wars against Carthage, the great North African empire. In the Second Punic War, the Carthaginian general Hannibal did the unthinkable. He crossed the Alps with war elephants and invaded Italy from the north. For 15 years, he ravaged the Italian countryside. At the Battle of Cannae in 216 BC, he annihilated a Roman army of 70,000 men in a single afternoon, one of the worst defeats in military history. And yet Rome refused to break. They raised new armies, adapted their tactics, and eventually took the war to Africa itself. Carthage burned, Greece fell, Spain, Gaul, Egypt, one by one, the known world bent its knee. The Roman army was the most disciplined, most lethal fighting force the ancient world had ever seen, and it marched without mercy. Then came Caesar, Julius Caesar, soldier, statesman, and the man who would break the republic he served. He had conquered Gaul, bringing modern-day France under Roman control in a brutal 8-year campaign that killed over 1 million people. He was beloved by his soldiers and feared by the Senate. When he crossed the Rubicon River with his army in 49 BC, he crossed a line no Roman general was permitted to cross, bringing arms into Italy itself. Civil war erupted. Caesar defeated his rival Pompey, made himself dictator, and began reforming Rome from the ground up. He reformed the calendar, expanded citizenship, and redistributed land to veterans. But the Senate saw a king where Caesar saw a reformer. On the Ides of March, 44 BC, 23 senators stabbed him to death on the Senate floor. Rome would never be the same. From the ashes of Caesar's assassination rose Augustus, Rome's first true emperor. Born Octavian, he was Caesar's adopted son and heir. He was only 19 when Caesar died, but he outmaneuvered every rival, including the legendary Mark Antony and Cleopatra of Egypt, through a combination of military force, political cunning, and ruthless patience. He was careful, calculating, and brilliant. He kept the appearance of a republic while holding all real power in his hands, calling himself not king or emperor, but simply first citizen. He rebuilt Rome in marble. reformed the army, created a professional civil service, and established the Praetorian Guard. Under Augustus, Rome entered its golden age. The empire had begun, and it would last for 5 centuries. For 2 centuries, the Pax Romana, the Roman peace, held. Under emperors like Trajan, Hadrian, and Marcus Aurelius, the so-called 5 good emperors, Rome reached its absolute peak. Trajan pushed the empire to its greatest territorial extent, conquering Dacia and Mesopotamia. Hadrian consolidated the borders, building his famous wall across northern Britain to keep the barbarian tribes at bay. Marcus Aurelius, a philosopher king who wrote his private reflections in what we now call the Meditations, ruled with wisdom and restraint, even as plague and war threatened the empire. Roads stretched from Britain to Babylon, over 250,000 miles of paved highway. Aqueducts carried fresh water to cities of 1 million souls. The Colosseum rose in Rome, hosting gladiatorial games that kept the masses entertained. Roman law governed 100 different peoples. It was the closest the ancient world ever came to a unified civilization. But greatness breeds corruption. After Marcus Aurelius died in 180 AD, he made the catastrophic mistake of passing power to his biological son, Commodus, a vain, erratic emperor who believed himself to be the reincarnation of Hercules and fought in the gladiatorial arena for sport. He was strangled in his bath by a wrestling partner hired by his own court. What followed was worse. The crisis of the 3rd century saw over 50 emperors rise and fall in just 50 years, most of them assassinated by the very armies that had put them on the throne. The Praetorian Guard sold the throne to the highest bidder. Plague swept through the empire. The economy collapsed. The borders fractured. The empire that had conquered the world was slowly being consumed from within by its own ambition, its own excess, and its own dysfunction. From the north, the Visigoths came. From the east, the Huns pressed forward, a terrifying nomadic people from the Eurasian steppe, whose ferocity sent entire Germanic nations fleeing into Roman territory. The borders that Rome had held for centuries began to crack under the pressure of mass migration and relentless military assault. Emperor Diocletian tried to save the empire by splitting it in 2, east and west, each with its own ruler. Constantine reunited it briefly, moved the capital to Constantinople, and made Christianity the empire's official religion. But these were temporary fixes. The Western Empire continued to fracture. Armies that were once the terror of the world now struggled to hold the walls. Rome was bleeding, and the barbarians could smell it. In 410 AD, the unthinkable happened. The Visigoths sacked Rome itself. For the first time in 800 years, a foreign army walked through the gates of the Eternal City. The psychological shock was devastating. Saint Jerome, writing from Bethlehem, wept. The city which had taken the whole world was itself taken. But Rome did not fall in a single moment. It dissolved, slowly, painfully, over decades. In 476 AD, the last emperor of the Western Roman Empire, Romulus Augustulus, a boy emperor with a name that combined Rome's legendary founder and its first emperor, was deposed by a Germanic chieftain named Odoacer. No great battle, no final heroic stand. Just a quiet, devastating administrative act. 1,000 years of Roman power, gone. The Eternal City had fallen. But Rome never truly died. In the East, the Roman Empire continued for another 1,000 years as the Byzantine Empire, centered in Constantinople. Byzantine scholars preserved the texts of ancient Greece and Rome, passing them to Renaissance Europe and igniting the rebirth of Western civilization. The Roman Catholic Church carried Roman administrative structure, Latin language, and Roman law across the medieval world. When the Renaissance came, artists and thinkers looked to Rome for inspiration. When the American founding fathers designed their republic, they modeled it on Rome. The Senate, the checks and balances, the ideal of civic virtue. Rome's language became the foundation of French, Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, and Romanian. Its laws became the bedrock of Western justice. Its roads still run beneath our feet. The Roman Empire fell, but its shadow stretches across every corner of the modern world, even now. We are all, in ways we rarely notice, still Roman.